From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Straight ahead, a rematch from Super Bowl 57, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Yellow! 15. Yellow!
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Yellow!
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
15.
Mahomes will try again on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might
Yellow,
be.
yellow.
They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Hero 15.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down.
Hey, 43, 15. Watch out!
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
40 yards.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
They go play action with Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
15.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Yellow.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
15.
Mahomes now on first down.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yellow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Come back!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On play action, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
15. Right side.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
No touch it.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
No touch.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Miami. No touch.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but down the numbers. There he goes. He's into space past the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Richie James. 64 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 2.
15.
Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And
Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Has his man, that's James. Down inside the 10. He's to the 15.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Richie James, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Great, set. Hey, let's go.
Hurts.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Hey, let's go.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line.
And my goodness, another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Attack, attack! Attack!
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth.
Yellow.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
On second down, Swift.
It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that one results in 35 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And it'll be intercepted.
No Sirski. No Sirski.
And the Chiefs
No Sirski.
Possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on first.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And they're going to speed things up here.
Hey, 57. Watch out!
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
43. Watch out!
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Come back! Hey, Sunday. Watch out!
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Touchdown, Eagles!
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Yellow.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field, fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. Down the right sideline.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 74 yards.
And the Chiefs up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And now here is another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants him to finish this one.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Mahomes going to change things up.
Hey, Ribblets, Ribblets. 15. Yellow. Right side.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well first.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
There he goes right side.
Now inside the 25. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Yellow.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jarek McKinnon, a 5-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.